I guess, Brian, one question, or Will and Anna Maria also, but one question that Hippocrates differs from everyone just about is on fruit. Now, you've said, Brian, that fruit today is picked unripe and it doesn't have as many minerals as it used to. So let's not even ask you the question on fruit. Let's ask the most limited window there is for fruit. In other words, in the summer in July is going to be wild black raspberries and wild blackberries. There's also companies that sell frozen wild, exotic berries like whatever they're called, all the different types of huckleberries and loganberries and things like that. Also, there are Macintosh apples that are much less sweet. So instead of using fruit as one category where you can considering pineapples and mangoes, would you make your answer gentler and say, look, if you have wild berries that you pick in the summer and you eat a few Macintosh apples that are less sweet, that this is a reasonable part of the diet? Or are you feeling like it's the same thing as cigarettes? Like, in other words, everyone is saying gentle things about fruit, and you've been so strong about it. Is there some room for some soft language to say wild berries seasonally, Macintosh apples or non-sweet apples? Is that in your mindset?
Well, remember the food Nazi on Seinfeld. Now I'm the fruit Nazi. I personally choose to have no fruit in my diet because I see the resulting effect on people who have cancers and viral diseases and bacterial diseases. And I read the work, some of the cutting edge scientists who think way out of the box. They realize there isn't a box, like Thomas Seyfried and others concur with me on this. And right now, as we speak, Johns Hopkins is doing a study, including fruit and how it propels the growth and development of metastasis of cancer. So with that said, my personal choice is that. But I'm not a fruit Nazi. Once again, I wouldn't be here today if I didn't eat copious amounts of fruit at the beginning, because raw food was really easy. As a sugar addict, most of my diet was fruit. And most of the people that you're talking about are struggling themselves with elevating and going down that moving feast, as Hemingway discussed about it, and evolving to eat more and more raw food. So for them, they're still in that paradigm where their sugar fix is with fruit. So of course, when you're with a practitioner where that's where they are, they're going to be propelling that into their patients and on the real truth about health and everything else. But I can say to you that fruit today has so much more sugar, 30, 40, 50 times more sugar than the ancestral fruit. That's the problem I have with it. The ripeness is correct. Unripened fruit, as you've even heard a dentist on international TV say, even healthy food can rot the teeth. It's the unripened fruit that's that unhealthy fruit. It's highly acid in the body. Now, on the other hand, as a realist, I basically know I wouldn't be here and people need to get down. So if you're coming off white sugar, is mango a better choice? You bet. If you're coming off beer, is carrot juice a better choice? You bet. And so the list goes on. And I think, it's good for me to sit here 50 years into my lifestyle change and act like I have this down, 50 years it took me to get to where I am. And I have some empathy and I have some compassion. And it's not because it should have taken me 50 years. I was that much of an addict. It's that simple. I mean, I had patterns beyond most of your patterns. I really believe my mother. That cake was good for me. And yes, it was organic for a long time, but it was still cake. And so the reality is, yes. And so the wild fruits that are ripe because you shake the bush and they come off, you don't pick them and let them turn color and think they're ripe. That's a great choice. Low sugar. And yes, avoid the high sugar, the pineapples and the bananas and the tropical fruits. And the one I was really stuck on is dried fruit. That was like taking drugs to me. I'd eat like 2 pounds of dried pineapple and I'd get high. And I didn't realize I needed it every day. And when I found Medjool dates, I thought I died and went to heaven. So I get it. I get it. So try to get to the lighter ones. If you have cancer, disregard what I've said. If you have chronic fatigue syndrome, HIV, fungal and yeast problems, or low and high blood sugar, avoid what I say right now. And you've got to be on the straight and narrow. That's where I'm a fruit Nazi.
So we serve fruit at the Institute twice a week. And it's a treat for a lot of our guests. And it kind of gives them the right kind of habits. We don't need fruit every day. But it's obviously, if we can buy a local organic fruit, it's number one, because we hopefully will have it ripened, like the apples in the fall, and in the summer we have the blueberries, blackberries, raspberries. Of course, it is for sure. And if you have kids at home, they can have fruit every day.
Yeah, up to 40% of a child's diet can be ripe organic fruit.
Yes.
They metabolize it like little machines.